What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to check out another video as I take a look at another beer. I'm going to take a look at one from Goose Island. This is the Goose Winter Ale. I have not had this one as of yet, so looking forward to checking it out. And I still do like Goose Island. I know a lot of people are knocking them for not being a craft brewery now, pretty much. So, you know, people can say what they want to say about them, but they do make some good beers. One thing I like about their labels is that they actually put the information right there on the side very nicely. I can show that to you. So it shows the IBU and the ABV right there. I'm trying to get it out of the light. So you can see 5.3 ABV, 25 IBU rating. I'm not sure why more companies don't put that on their labels like that. So that's always good to know. This is actually a brown ale. Described as having nutty chocolate aromas, roasted caramel, malt finish. So go ahead and get it open into the glass and see what we have here. Now the best glass recommended for this one is actually a shaker glass or a dimpled mug. I'm actually using a shaker glass here. But anyway, get it into the glass. Pours out a nice beige head, rockiness, a little bit of creaminess. Get it to the light. The color on the light is a nice dark reddish brown, but light does get through it, so I can see to the other side. I can see a lot of lively carbonation taking place. Again, out of the light, and becomes kind of that reddish brown color as well, but you cannot see through it until you get the light onto it. As far as anything else with it, it looks to be essentially like a brown ale. This one does not have the cloudiness or haze as much as shown when I put it to the light. Most of the beers out of Goose Island do not have that. So go ahead and get an aroma. On the aroma, I do get the caramel coming right out. Get some of the chocolate notes. Now it is a light aroma. The notes are lighter than usual for a lot of the beers. You really got to take a good sniff to really get some of the aromas out of this one, it seems. But you do get those chocolate notes. You do get a little bit of that roasted caramel type notes as well, but a little bit of coffee, but nothing else outside of those too much. Just a nice sweetness that you would expect to usually have on a brown ale, where you're going to have it as a more malt forward type beer. Not getting too much from the hops at all. Go ahead and get a taste. You do get the bitterness there. You get more of the bitterness almost on the finish than you do on the beginning. You get a medium body feel on the tongue. The mouth feel is okay. It's not great, but you do get some of the flavors. Not really getting too much of that roasted caramel finish on the taste. The texture, slightly watery on this one. Takes a little bit of the carbonation in place. Now, as it does sit there for a little bit after a few gulps, the mouthfeel does come up, and now I am getting some of the roasted notes as well. So it just may be a delayed reaction, it seems. But there's not much with the body, and you do get some of that alcoholic bleeding into the aftertaste too. So you can taste some of that alcohol. You can taste a lot of the watery effect taking place. It's not really a crisp finish on the back end. Almost has that with the carbonation seltzer type aftertaste of the bubbles and everything. It's an easy beer to drink, as you can see as I'm checking it out. I'm drinking it pretty quickly. But nothing really opens up on this one. So it's kind of there, but it's not really pulling a lot of stuff together. You do get a little bit of lace on the glass. But this is more of a, I would say, average type beer. Take a look at some of the ratings. Rate Beer actually has this as a 70 overall and 79 for style. Beer Advocate actually has an 83 for being good. And Untapped actually has it at 3.49 bottle caps. I think it's an okay beer. It's more a, you know, you look at Goose Island not being a craft brewery anymore, you're hoping that these aren't the products they're going to put out, because this one doesn't really have too much to really make it stand as a craft beer with this one. This is more of one kind of seemingly designed like for the masses. So I think for the majority of people, they might be okay with this one if this was going to be just out there for mass distribution. But as a craft beer, it doesn't come across as good as some of the brown ales that are out there from some of the other breweries. Again, on a brown ale like this, I would like to be more of a body with it. I like the texture to be a little bit stronger. It's not that much more than an average on this one for me. So for me, I'm actually going to give this one a C. I think if you're at a bar and someone handed this to you and you like brown ales, you might be okay to drink it. I don't think you will say this is terrible or you want to send it back or, let it go to waste. But it's not something I would definitely go out and hunt down or think it'd be worth hunting down. But what do you think? If you had this one before, this is the Goose Winter Ale. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Put some comments in the comment section. But to me, it's not much more than average. That's all I got for this one. So I'm going to finish this one out. Who knows, maybe come back and pop another one in. Thanks for swinging by. Check out another video. Hopefully you like what you saw. You hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do to stay up to speed with other videos down the line. But with that, I'm going to say cheers. Appreciate you taking some time to take a quick look here as I taste another beer. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.